In progress.
Hi guys! So ayun, punta na tayo sa methods of proof. So paano ba magpo-prove? Yes, ito na yung challenging talaga sa 101. Actually in math in general kasi wala talaga algorithm paano mag-prove. Actually mahirap kasi ituro ang proving talaga. Like kasi it's a story. Kasi ang proving, it's like your kwento. And of course, it's up to you paano mo makakwento yung kwento. Pero syempre, ang challenge is dapat wala kang fake news sa kwento. Ganun. Yeah, I think. So, proof by contradiction. So, ano gawin sa proof by contradiction? Usually, ang form yan, meron kang P implies Q. So, ang gagawin mo sa proof by contradiction, yung assumptions mo, so your assumptions will be P and yung negation ng conclusion, so not Q. So, yan yung assumptions mo, P and not Q. So, ang gagawin mo is, i-assume mo yung negation nito, so which is not Q. You will assume not Q. Tapos, ang goal mo is makahanap ka ng contradiction along the way. And yun yung mahirap sa contradiction kasi you don't know saan ka sa stop. Stop. Kasi wala ka talagang anong tawag dito? Hindi ka tulad sa direct proof. Sa direct proof, kunwari, P implies Q. But pag narating mo na yung Q, okay na eh. Check na yan eh. Pero sa contradiction, hindi mo kasi alam saan ka magkakaroon ng contradiction. And yun yung medyo mahirap sa contradiction. Minsan mahaba, minsan maikli. Yeah, so anyway, pero sige. Since itong mga statements na to is nasa proof by contradiction, so pang contradiction talaga yung gagamitin natin. So para tayo A, so ang assumption ko is, syempre, ito yung P eh. This is your P, yung if A is an odd integer. So assumption yan. So i-assume kong A is odd. Tapos yung then part, ito yung then, yung Q. So ito yung Q. Then the equation X, blah, blah, blah. Ito yung Q, yung yellow. So, kung magpuprove ako by contradiction, yung has no, gagawin kong has. Kasi negation. Hinenegate ko yung Q eh. So, yung has no na to, gagawin kong has. So, tatagalin ko yung no. Okay? So, yun yung magiging ang assumptions ng mga bading. So, magkakaroon ako ng suppose. Suppose A is an odd integer and the equation x squared plus x minus a equals 0 has an integer solution. Teka, asan yun? Ba't di ko makita? Ayan, ito na. Ito yung assumption. Suppose A is an odd integer and the equation x squared plus x minus a has an integer solution. Itong x squared plus x minus a, kaya ko siya isulat as ito. So, di ba properties of inequalities? Ay, equality. Ayan. Yung a ko daw is just x squared plus x. So, ayan. Kasi ano lang yan, nag-add lang ako ng a both sides. Yung mag-add ka ng a both sides of the equations para makuha mo yung a is equal to x squared plus x. Kaya kong i-factor yung x. So, magiging x times x plus 1. So, wait lang, it's loading. Ba't ayaw mag-load? Ayan. X. Ayan. So, ang ibig sabihin, yung a ko daw is the product of x and x plus 1. Pero ano ba si x and x plus 1? So, consecutive yan na integers. Kasi nga, ang ang gagawin mo is inassume mong integer si x kasi yun yung sa contradiction. Tapos yung x tsaka yung x plus 1, so ibig sabihin magkasunod sila. Magkasunod silang integer. Kasi yung nag-add ka, kunwari, ang x mo is 1, kunwari lang for illustration. And yung x plus 1 mo is 2. So magkadikit, magkasunod sila. Yes. And guys, let me reiterate ha, yung contradiction dito. X squared plus x minus a as an integer solution. So ibig sabihin, yung x mo dyan, yung x mo is an integer. Kung x is an integer. So this is the notation for x is an integer. So, eto, yung a ko, kaya ko isulat as x times x plus 1. Si x ay integer, si x plus 1, of course, integer din. So magkasunod sila. Muna yung x ko nga is 1, so yung x plus 1 is 2, so magkasunod. And ang consecutive integers, lagi magkaiba yan ng odd or even. So, hindi pwedeng odd, odd, and even, even. So, kunwari, pag consecutive, sure ka na magkaiba sila ng parity. Yung isa doon odd, yung isa doon even. So, ang gagawin ko is, ipuprove natin na yung product ng x times x plus 1 is always even. So, lagi siyang even. So, sige, ito na. So, what we're gonna do is ito. Paano ba? Paano burahin yung box? Okay, so, meron tayong dalawang cases. Kasi yung x ko, that's an integer, di ba? So, meron kang case 1. Yung case 1 ko is, um, what if x is odd? So, case 1, let x be odd. Kasi, syempre, yung x ko, pwedeng even, pwedeng odd. So, meron kang dalawang case. So, then, x is equal to 2k plus 1 for some integer k. Di ba ganyan yung kapag odd yung x, ibig sabihin, kaya ko siya isulat as 2 times something, something integer plus 1, right? 5. Yung 5 kaya ko isulat as 2 times 2. 2 times 2 plus 1. Siyempre yung 2 dyan, yan yung k. At yung k natin. Yes. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. So, then x is equal to 2k plus 1 for some integer k. So, gagawin ko, of course, edi x plus 1. So, x plus 1 is, 2k plus 2. Kasi pinag-add mo, nag-plus 1 ka lang eh. Nag-plus 1 ka lang. So, ang gagawin ko now, i-multiply ko lang sila. X times x plus 1 is equal to 2k plus 1 times 2k plus 2. So, ano to guys? Tinatamad ako, wait lang. Teka lang kaya FOIL method 4k squared plus 2k, 2k, 4k plus 2. Okay. 2k squared plus 2k. Wait lang. Nalilito ako bigla. Okay. Okay, okay na. So, ang nangyari is Pinoy method ko lang. So, pag Pinoy method mo, ito, coil method, ito, lalabas 4k squared plus 4k plus 2. Tapos nag-factor out ako ng 2. So, magiging 2 times 2k squared plus 2k plus 1. Etong part na to, this is an integer. Integer kasi to. Si k, integer, si k, so si 2k is integer kasi integer times integers are integers. Tapos pinag-add mo yung mga integer, edi integer. So, itong 2k squared plus 2k plus 1, kaya ko siya isulat as one integer na lang, let's say r. So, r. So, ibig sabihin yung r equal siya dyan. So, dahil 2 times r siya for some integer, r, kasi yung r dyan is an integer, for some integer r, then yung x times x plus 1 is even. Okay. As next case is what if x ko daw is even? So, yan yung next case. Paano kung yung x ko is even? Kasi yung case 1 natin is case x is odd. So, if x is even, same process, let x be even, then x is equal to 2q. Gawin naman natin q para iba. For some integer, q. So, si x plus 1 is 2q plus 1. 2q plus 1. Tapos, i-multiply ko lang sila ulit. So, meron akong 2q times 2q plus 1. This is just, wait lang. Nasa-challenge yung algebra. 2q times 2q plus 1. This is 4q squared plus 2q. Tama, di ba? 4q squared plus 2q. Kaya ko i-factor yung 2. So, matitira is 2q squared plus what? Q. So, hindi siya FOIL method eh. Ano tawag dito? Uh, Multiplication ng polynomials, 'di ba? Tama, 'di ba? Yeah, yeah, I think. So anyway, so meron na akong 2 times 2q squared plus q. Pero ito, this is also an integer. This buo, yung 2q squared plus q. So kaya ko siya isulat as, sabi natin s. 2 times s. Yes. Oh, 'di ba? Rhyming words. Okay, so yung 2q squared plus q, kaya ko to isulat as one integer. Sabihin natin s. Sorry, 2s. 2s for some integer s. Then, yung x plus 1 is even. Then, x plus 1 is even. Okay, paano ba? So, wait lang. In both cases, yung a ko, which is 2x times x plus 1, is even. Which contradicts our assumption that a is odd. Okay, so balikan natin. Ano nangyari? What happened? Well, okay. So, okay. Let's balik-balik. Okay, so, ito yung assumption. Ito yung conclusion. So, inenegate ko yung conclusion. So, yung x squared plus x minus a equals 0 has an integer solution. So, ibig sabihin, x will be an integer. So, ayun. So, by contradiction, the equation x squared plus x minus a has an integer solution. So, this implies, pag nag-add ka ng a both sides dito, so magiging ganito equation. Tapos factor out x, magiging x times x plus 1. X is an integer, so x plus 1 is yung consecutive niyang integer. So magkasunod. And ang consecutive integers, lagi magkaiba yan ng parity. So pag mayroon kang dalawang consecutive integers, isa doon odd, isa doon even. So hindi pwede parehas odd, hindi pwede parehas even. So yung x ko is an arbitrary integer. So mayroon kang dalawang cases for x. So x ko pwedeng even or pwedeng odd. Kasi di ba ang integers is napapartition ng even and odd. Kasi parang mayroon lang two types of integers. Two types of parity ng integers. So even tsaka odd. So case 1, if x is odd, so ibig sabihin si x kaya ko isulat ng 2k plus 1. So si x plus 1 is 2k plus 2. So pag minultiply ko sila, magiging 4k squared plus 4k plus 2. Plus by manipulation, factor out 2. Etong 2k squared plus 2k plus 1, this is an integer kasi multiplying tsaka addition of integers is still an integer. So yung kaya ko siya isulat as 2r. Yung r equal lang siya dito. So pinaliit ko lang. Kumbaga shortcut ko lang. Imbis na isulat ko yung 2k squared plus 2k plus 1, gawin natin siyang r. Kasi integers pa din naman yan. So dahil si x times x plus 1 ay kaya ko isulat as 2r, that is even. Kasi di ba yun yung definition ng even? Oh, next, case 2. So, yun yung case 1 is x is odd. So, yung case 2 natin is x is even. So, kung x is even, yung x ko is kaya ko isulat as 2q for some integer q. So, si x plus 1 is 2q plus 1. Tapos, multiply, magiging 2q times 2q plus 1. So, 4q squared plus 2q. Factor out 2. So, magiging 2 times 2q squared plus q. Si 2q squared plus q, this is an integer. Si q kasi is integer. So, pag tinimes ko sa 2, integer pa din. Tapos, square ko yung q, integer pa din. Tapos, add is integer ay addition is integer. So, 2q squared plus q, kaya ko siya isulat as an integer s. So, parang shortcut ko lang. So, si s, equal lang yan sa 2q squared plus q. So, dahil si x times x plus 1, kaya ko isulat as 2s, si x times x plus 1 is even. Pero si x times x plus 1, this is a. Ito yun, dito naggaling. Si a ay x times x plus 1. So, in both cases, a is equal to a is equal to x times x plus 1, which is even. So, dahil even daw si a, kino-contradict nga yung assumption natin na A is an odd. Kasi 'di ba, narating mo in-state sa una na A is odd, pero nakarating ka sa proof na A is even. So contradict yung assumption dun sa napakita mo sa proof. So dahil may contradiction, therefore mali yung not Q. Kasi dahil nagkaroon kasi 'di ba, inassume mo yung not Q. Kasi ang assumptions mo is P and not Q. So ibig sabihin dahil may mali sa pag-assume mo ng not Q, ibig sabihin hindi to pwede. So ang tatanggapin mo is yung Q. So therefore by contradiction, wait lang. Paano ba to? Therefore, by contradiction, kokopyahin lang natin yung original conclusion. Asan na yun? No, 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 no. Where is it? Kopyahin natin yung original. Then the equation, ganon. So, kopyahin lang natin. Asan na yun? Asan na? Then the equation, blah, blah. Okay. Ayan. So, therefore, by contradiction, if A is odd, then the equation x squared plus x minus a equals 0 has no integer solution. So, tapos na. And yeah, so yan yung, di ba? Yan yung napakita natin. Kasi nagkaroon tayo ng contradiction. Okay, okay. Next, number 2. For every real number x, such that x is between 0, wait lang. Oh my God, paano ko ba ito babasahin? Wait lang. X is in the closed interval na lang. X is in the closed interval 0 and 2 pi over 2. Di ba yan yung ibig sabihin yan? Closed interval kasi pwede maging equal si x sa 0, pati sa pi over 2. Okay, okay. So, ito yung P mo. For every real number x such that 0 is less than or equal to x, plus x is less or equal to pi over 2. That is your P. What is your Q? Your Q is then sine x plus cos x plus 1. So this is yung Q. Pero dahil nagpo-prove tayo ng contradiction, ang gagawin mo is i-assume mo yung negation ng Q. Assume negation ng Q. So yung sine x plus cosine x, originally that is greater than or equal to, magbabago to kasi maging contradiction, gagawin mong less than. Kasi magpo-prove tayo contradiction. So yan yung magiging assumptions natin. So burahin ko lang yung number 1, palitan natin. So suppose x is a real number. X is a real number such that si x ko is less than or greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to pi over 2. Tapos, assume mo yung negation ng conclusion. And let sine x plus cosine x less than 1. Less than 1 kasi nagpo-prove tayo ng contradiction. So, ine-negate ko yung greater than or equal to, magiging less than. Ito na. And let sine x plus cosine x is less than 1. So, ito na yung bala natin. So, ito na yung pwede natin gamitin. So, suppose x is a real number, x is just... So, gagawin ko, is-square ko to inequality. So, sine squared x. Yung sine x plus cosine x plus 1. Now, squaring the inequality, bibigyan niya tayo ng sine squared x. Ano lang to guys? Tawag doon? Yung in-square mo lang yung polynomial. Ayun, siya polynomial. Yung expression is less than 1. Wait lang, it's loading guys. Squaring the inequality. Yeah. So meron kang sine squared x plus 2 sine x plus cosine x ay kulang. May kulang-kulang. Cosine squared x. Ayan. So ang nangyari dyan guys, ganito lang. Yung sine x plus cosine x square mo. Tapos yung 1, i-square mo. So tapos, pag in-evaluate mo, ito na siya. Now, ang gagawin ko, ito, maglalaro tayo ng mga identities, trig identities. Yung sine squared x plus cosine squared x equal lang yan sa 1, di ba? Pag inad mo, sine squared x plus cosine, yun yung Pythagorean identity. So, mangyayari dyan is, di ano, so by Pythagorean, this is just the same as by Pythagorean identity. We have 1 plus 2 sine x plus, no, mali tinatype ko. Cosine x less than 1. Wait, it's loading. It's loading. Ayan. So, by Pythagorean identity, may ka 1 plus 2 sine x cosine x less than 1. Ito. Tapos si 1, lilipat ko sa kabila. So, pwede yan. Mag-a-add ako ng negative 1 both sides. So, mag-implies na lang ako. Implies, pag nag-add ako ng negative 1 both sides, magkakaroon na 2 sine x. 2 sine x cosine x is less than 0. Kasi nag-add ako ng negative 1 both sides, so mawawala to dito. Tapos ito magiging 0. Wait lang, naglo-load siya. Etong si 2 sin x, cosine x, actually identity din yan, double angle. So kung natatandaan yung double angle, so kung hindi, balikan natin yung trigo. Yung 2 sin x, cosine x is just the same as 2 sin 2x. It's less than 0. So ano yan? Double angle identity. Ito, identity siya ng double angle. Wait. So, sin 2x is less than 0. Pero take note, si x ko is between 0 to pi over 2. So, yung sin 2x ko, so yung 2x ko is like between 0, wait lang, sulat natin. Di ba, mayroon kang assumption. 0 is less than or equal to x, is less than or equal to pi over 2. So, si 2x ko, magka-times na ako both sides by 2. So, this is between 0 and this is between pi. Kasi nagta-times 2 ako both sides. So, mula dito sa red line, underline, naging ganito. Nag-times ako ng 2 both sides. 0 times 2, 0, tas pi over 2 times 2 is pi. So, si 2x is between 0 to pi. Now, evaluate natin. Tingnan natin yung mga sign ng mga, di ba, ito yung unit circle. So, ito yung 0, ito yung pi. So, ito yan yung possible values ng 2x. So, evaluate natin. Ay, ba't ganyan? So, try natin. Sin 2x. Ano ba yung sin 2x? Less than 0 ba yan? Tingin nyo, guys. Ito yun eh. Ito yun eh. Yung 0 to pi. Ito, yung shaded region. 0 to pi. So, yan yung values ni 2x. So, pag in-evaluate nyo yung sin 2x, less than 0 ba? Tingin nyo, guys. Is it less than 0? No. Actually, hindi siya less than 0. Kasi, ang 0 to pi, kung natatandaan nyo, ito yung quadrant 1, and quadrant 2. Yung quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, positive yung y niyan. So ano ba, di ba sa unit circle, yung y coordinate equal lang siya sa sign. Di ba? Di ba xy? Wait nga. Ang hirap magsulat, wala akong pen tab. Xy. Di ba? Mayroon kang xy. Yung x ko, yan yung cosine. Cosine ng angle. Cosine theta, for instance. Tapos yung y ko, yung magiging sine. So dahil nasa quadrant 1 ka and quadrant 2, kasi di ba yung 0 to pi, quadrant 1 and quadrant 2 yan eh. So ibig sabihin, positive yung y. So yung y ko is just 0 to 1. So ibig sabihin yung sin x ko is positive. So hindi siya mag-negative. So yun ay contradiction. This is a contradiction. Ito na yun. So yan yung contradiction. Kasi naging, yung sin 2x daw is less than 0. Pero si 2x kasi is between 0 to pi. So ibig sabihin, yung mga sine na mga angles between 0 to pi, kasi yung 2x this is an angle ah. Yung 2x is this is an angle. Yung 0 to pi, yung mga sine ng mga angles between 0 to pi is always non-negative. So greater than or equal to 0. Which contradicts, ito na yung contradicts. Which contradicts ano ba? Ano ba yung tamang term? Which contradicts the non-negativity of, uh, wait lang, iniisip ko eh, kung ano yung tamang term. Which contradicts the non-negativity of the sign value of angles from 0 to pi. Or kung gusto niyo na mas maganda is from quadrant 1 to quadrant 2. So therefore, dahil mayroon ka ng contradiction, kopyahin mo lang yung original. So dahil mali yung pag-assume mo nung conclusion, edi ang tama is dapat ito yung tama. Kasi di ba in-assume mo yung kabaligtaran yan, tapos nagkaroon ka ng contradiction. So dapat ito yung tama by law of excluded middle. Yes. So yeah, so kopyahin ko lang siya. Therefore for every real number, blah blah blah. And we're done. We're done. So tapos na tayo sa number 2. Okay, ito na. Yung 3. If m and n are integers where m is greater than 2, then m does not divide n or m does not divide m plus 1. Okay. Your p, ito yung p mo. If m and n are integers where this is your p. Ang q, ito yung then. Yung m does not divide or m does not divide n plus 1. So that's your q. Nagpo-prove tayo ng contradiction, so assume mo yung not q. Tapos yung form, kasi no original q, m does not divide n or m does not divide n plus 1. So meron kang not r or not s. So yung r ko is yung m does not divide n, tapos yung s ko is yung m does not divide n plus 1. So dahil meron ka niya, tapos i-negate mo, Kasi di ba, ang kailangan mo i-assume is yung negation ng conclusion. So, ang magiging assumption ko is R and S. So, kasi by De Morgan's. So, ibig sabihin, ang magiging assumption ko, M divides, so mawawala yung not, tapos yung or magiging end. Tapos yung M does not, mawawala din yung not. So, yan na yung magiging assumption number 2. So, dalawa yung assumption ko. Assumption 1 is if M and N are integers where M is greater than 2. Tapos assumption 2, yung second assumption ko is M divides and M divides N plus 1. So, yeah. So, balikan na natin yung definition ng divides. Actually, ang definition ng divides, kaya ito yun. Ito yung notation, A divides B. So, ang ibig sabihin na to, A divides B. So, ibig sabihin ng definition is, if A divides B, kaya kong isulat yung B as A times something, integer. AK. Sabihin natin yung AK, where K is an integer. K is an integer. So, example, my example. 5 divides 10. I mean, totoo naman. 5 divides 10. Tama naman, di ba? Ibig sabihin niyan, yung 10, kaya ko isulat as 5 times 2. Yung A ko dyan, yan yung 5. Yung B yung 10, tas yung 2, yan yung K. So, yeah, yan lang yung ano. So, the definition of divides. Okay. So, ano yung assumption? Dalawa assumption natin. Bayin ko lang to. Suppose M and N are integers. Suppose M and N are integers where M is greater than or equal to 2. Tapos, let M divides N and M divides N plus 1. So, ano nang ginamit ko as symbols para maikli? Kasi ang haba pag so itatype ko pa yung divides. Ito kasi yung notation for divides. M divides N, tsaka M divides N plus 1. Wait lang. Para mas maayos gawin ko to. Okay, so by definition of divides, then, meron akong dalawang equation. M is equal to MK, or N plus 1 is equal to MQ. For some integers, K and Q. Ayan. Suppose M and N are integers where M is greater than or equal to 2. Let M divides N and M divides N plus 1. So by definition ng divides, si N kaya ko isulat as M times K, kasi N plus 1 kaya ko isulat as M times Q. Yung K and Q ko are integers. So di ba yun yung definition ng divides? Tapos, what I'm gonna do is, ito na yung maghahanap ka ng contradiction. Ito na yung medyo mahirap na part sa contradiction kasi paano mo mapapalabas yung contradiction. So medyo mind games talaga siya. And actually, ang naisip ko is, ima-minus ko yung N plus 1 sa N. Kasi tinan nyo guys, So, observe that, pag minus ko yung N plus 1 sa N plus 1 minus N is equal to MQ minus MK, factor out M, so magkakaroon na, di ba may mali na ako. N plus 1 minus N, magiging N na lang, wait lang, magiging 1 na lang yan, di ba? Ay, wait lang, ulit. Guys, wait lang, ulit. Erase. N plus 1 minus N. So, kaya ko yan. So, by substitution, MQ minus MK. Factor out M, magiging M times Q minus K. Di ba? Tama naman, di ba? Okay. N plus 1 minus N. So, substitute ko yung N plus 1, MQ minus MK. Factor out mo yung M. So, magkakaroon ka na N plus 1 minus N equals M times Q minus K. Pero sa N plus 1 minus N, equal lang din yan sa 1. Kasi magka-cancel yung N eh. Magka-cancel tong N tsaka yung negative N. So, equal lang yan sa 1. So, sulat natin dito. Thus, 1 is equal to M times Q minus K. So this implies M divides 1. This implies M divides 1. Kasi yung Q minus K, di ba, nasa form na tayo ng 1 is equal to, kunwari, M times B. MB. Yung B ko yung Q minus K. Kasi yung Q minus K, this is an integer. Integer minus integer is still an integer. So, sulat natin yung Q minus K as B. So, meron ako 1 is equal to MB. Ito na yung form ng divide. So, ibig sabihin, equivalent na siya sa M divides 1. Kasi, di ba, yung A divides B, kung A divides B, this is equivalent sa B is equal to H times something integer. Kung AR. So, ito na yung form. So, meron ka ng M divides 1. Pero, si M ko ay 2. Greater than or equal to 2. Eh, ang nakakapag-divide lang naman kay 1 is 1 and negative 1. Kasi di ba 2 divides N? No. Ay, hindi mo kayang isulat yung 1 as 2 times something. Kasi, ang ibig sabihin ng M divides 1 is 1 is equal to M times something. Okay. So, kung 2 divides 1, ay, hindi, wait lang. M divides 1. Tama. Yung 2 divides 1, ibig sabihin, yung 1, kaya kong isulat as 1 is equal to 2 times some integer, which is impossible. Wala kang mahanap na integer k na pag tinimes mo sa 2 ay magiging 1. So, yun ay contradiction. X. Yun ay contradiction. Kasi ang possible values lang ni m is 1 and negative 1, which contradicts, ito na, which contradicts m is greater than or equal to 2. Since the only divisors of 1 is itself is 1 and are 1 and negative 1. Eh, ang usapan, kasi sa assumption, is m is greater than or equal to 2. Therefore, ito na, dahil may contradiction ka, kopyahin mo na lang yung original. So, ibig sabihin, mali yung pag-assume mo ng negation nito. So, dahil mali yung negation ng conclusion, ang tama mo, di ang tama, it must be the case, is the original conclusion, yung tama. Kasi mali yung negation niya. So, yeah. Okay, kopyahin ko lang to. And tapos na. And yeah, we're done. Therefore, ganun na yan. So, we're done with the proof by contradiction. Bye-bye!